Hi everybody, it's Jill Lancet. I hope you're well. We're making another Christmas card, but you could make this into any card for any occasion. I will have the details and the measurements below in the description, but I think we'll get going. I've got all the bits and pieces ready for you as per usual, and I think you're really going to like this one. Lots of glitz and glamour to this one. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm just going to try and pop all those things over there. Hopefully you won't see too much of them. We're going to start with our standard card base. Now this has not been scored. This is Secret C. And I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to score this. Now, I will give you all the measurements, as I said, below, in the details below. There won't be a project sheet. It's pretty easy for you once you get these measurements down. So my standard card in Australia is 21 centimetres by 14.85. Now, if you are in the US, it is 5.5 by 8.5. Phew, that was hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this at 5.25 centimetres. Now, I know these little measurements can be a bit of a bugbear for a lot of people. So I'm going to show you something. 5.25 is actually 2 1/16. 2, and then the first click past 2. So if it's easier for you to see those larger numbers, then go for that. So 2.1 of 2 1/16, crikey, or 5 and 2.5. So I'm going to put that in there with the long side this way. I'm going to score this only, not cut. Just going to give that a really good score, and then I'm simply going to turn that around, pop the scored piece back under here and do it again at 5.25. Now, if you are in the US, you are scoring that at 2 1/8. And you're going to turn it and score it again at 2 1/8. So that's that. Now we're going to give this a really nice fold with a bone folder. This is your opportunity, guys, to make sure that this is nicely lined up. Okay, let's have a look here. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. And this is a gatefold, like a proper gatefold now. Okay, so we've got that there like that. Now, I have done some die cutting and yeah, I've trimmed up some papers and things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my piece of basic white that I've already stamped, and I've just cut a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is a scrap. This was a little strip of a scrap that was left over. So yeah, I've already put the tape on these tonight. I just thought I'd try and make this as quick as possible for you all and for me. And this card will become evident as we go along. So all I've done is stamp a greeting, and I think this was a retired stamp that I had, and I've messed up this tear and tape, but don't worry, Nobody will know. May your season be merry and bright. I think it's an old stamp set that I had. And I'm just going to line this up in the middle of that center panel. And that is the middle of our card is done. Now, you've got a bit of room to write. If there's an issue and you want more room, pop another piece of basic white on the back of your card and you'll have stacks and stacks of room to write. Now, the next piece I have is 2 pieces of gold glimmer paper. Now, I've already adhered the designer series paper to this because I wanted this to go really quickly, okay? So there's sticky double-sided adhesive paper on the back of this. So as soon as I can lift this up, we'll be in business. And you can see I've chopped something out of there. So that's going on one side. Now, just check your border all the way around before you commit to permanently putting that in place. There we go. Look at that. Now, this is the gorgeous Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. And this is just some gold glitter paper that I had in my stash. So I'm just going to peel that adhesive paper off the back of that. Sometimes I keep that release paper. Sometimes it comes in handy. So I'm just going to line this up again, just like that. Doesn't that look stunning? Look at that. How beautiful is that? So all we've done is a piece of the gold glitter paper. In A4, it is 4.5 by 14.3. In the US, it is 1.78 by 5 1/4. And I'm talking about the glitter paper here. The next thing you need is 2 pieces of your designer series paper. And they are 4 by 13 point, what is it? 13.3, is it? Crikey. I think it is. Oh, my measurements are fantastic again, aren't they? Guys, yeah. I'm probably actually in hospital even as we speak. I may be at home recovering, but either way, I did this in a bit of a rush, trying to get some videos done for you all. It's 3.3. 3.3. No, it's 3.2. I'll sort that. 3.2. Where is my pencil? 13.2. Okay, so 13.2 by 4, or 1 5/8 by 4 3/4. So that's those two. We've got this gorgeous, I mean, by itself, look at that. That's already gorgeous. Now, Christmas time is a time for glitter, glitz, over-the-top tinsel, and this card falls right into that category, okay? So now I have on the other side, I have some other pieces of designer series paper, and they are going to be 4.5 by 14.3. So the same distance as our basic white, same length I should say, but 4.5, or 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So yeah, they are not straight conversions. They are fitted to size for the card base of your country. So if you're metric, you know centimetres. If you're not metric, then you know inches. So this is just going on the side here. Now, I could have put another piece of glimmer paper, but I really didn't want to waste it on the inside of the card. Is Is that terrible? Is that terrible? And I'm just using tear and tape tonight. I'm just, you know, I'm feeling in a mood. And I think it's easier if you can take your pick down the side, and it just sort of lifts that up a little bit easier. So I'm popping the other one on the other side. As I said, this is a typical gatefold card. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful paper. Beautiful paper. Now, this is where the die cutting comes in, guys. I've got these great arches. What are they called? Everyday arches or something? What are they called? Yeah, everyday arches dies. And I've used the third from the centre and the second from the centre. And I have cut out 3 in the gold glimmer in the third from the centre, and I've cut out 3 of the secret C in the same size, and I have cut 3 from the second from the centre in the secret C. Now, I've already glued those 2 on there. I did use the tear and tape, so I'll continue on by putting this one on here as well. And I think because the glimmer paper has like that bit of a textured surface, the tear and tape is going to be really good to hold that in place. So, oops. So I'm just lining that up. I hope you can see this. I'm pretty sure you can. Just lining that up. Now, I can use my take your pick to help me line that up. I think that looks about right. And then I'm just simply going to press that down. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now, this is where we're going to get creative, guys. So I want to lay them on the front, and I want 2 going one way and 1 going the other way, okay? Just a design effect from me, okay? So what I want to do is maybe make a little mark so that they're dead centre. And whatever the distance between here and there is, I want it to be the same on there, okay? So let me just show you what I mean. So if I eyeball that and just look at that and say, well, that is 1, let's see, it's 1.5 centimetres from the edge of the card. Yep, it's going to be more than 1.5 on this side. So I need to move it over just a little bit. And I think I'll make a little pencil mark just on there. And whatever that is, so it's exactly 1 centimetre. 1 centimetre. Let me see what it says in inches. It's about, what are they? Oh, crikey, look. 1 centimetre. So if I put 1 centimetre up against the gold foil and I draw a line along the edge of this rule, they'll be in the same spot. And I'll do the same on this side. So 1 centimetre on the edge of the gold. And I'm just going to draw a little line. Now, what I did was I laid them on here so that I could see what distance I needed from the top and the bottom. And I've got this one going that way, this one going that way, this one going that way, okay? So when I'm happy with that, I'm going to check them. And I'm going to glue the two top and the bottom first, and then I'll have enough room to play around with the center one. So I'm happy with that. Now I just want to glue this half. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue here because I know that's where it's going to go, and a bit of glue down here, and I'm going to line that up with my little mark, and I know that it was about that much from the top. I just want to see if that is actually straight, and that looks pretty good to me. Move that out a little bit more, just like that. So that is only stuck on that side. Oh, you know what I did? I put self-adhesive paper on that. So let's take that off, crikey. Let's take that off. Dear, oh dear. We'll do it again because I have a bit of a trick. I have a bit of a trick up my sleeve. So we'll put some of this release paper on here. I'll line this up again. There's my little pencil mark. That's roughly where it was. And now that's sticky on the back. So what I want to do is I want to take one of these, and I've put some tear and tape on the back of this because I ran out of double-sided paper. But look, just bear with me for 2 seconds while I take all of this off. This is self-adhesive, and now this is self-adhesive, and I'm going to line this up. Now just bear with me while I check this out, okay? So I want to line this up, and I want to make sure that that is in the right spot. Look at that. How good is that? So now we've got a front and a back. It doesn't look untidy. It looks quite neat. So we'll do the same thing with the one down here. I've still got my little mark here. I'm going to take off this release paper. I'm going to pop this other little bit of release paper down. Find my little pencil mark, she says. There it is, right there. Check the distance. And when I'm happy with that, I can press that down. And then I can flip it over and put the other piece on the other side. It just finishes it off, okay? Right, just bear with me while I peel these off. Oh, it's always one, isn't there? Now, hang on a tick while I have a look at this. Right. That looks pretty good to me. Let me check it from the other side. Beautiful. Just giving that a nice press down. Now I can line this one up in the middle. So I've got my little pencil mark roughly there, and I just know exactly where I need to put that. Now this is going to be a bit tricky because I need to pop the release paper under here. So bear with me while I do that. Now this one is going this way, remember? This one is going this way. I want it to be in the center, and I want it to be quite lined up. I want it to be straight. I definitely do not want it to stick that piece down. But I do want to see if it's in the right place. Okay, now I can flip it over and pop this one on the back. It seems a little bit convoluted, I know, but I think it gives it a professional finish. And if you wanted to, you could put some embellishments on the inside of these. So let me just line this up. Just bear with me for 2 seconds. Kind of need to be right on top of it. There we go. Look what we've got now. How special is that? Now, I'm just going to put 3 greetings from the, what's it called? Greetings for You. Yep, Greetings for You ephemera set. These are the ones that I've been using an awful lot. So I've chosen 3. And I'm going to put 'Tis the Season, Happy Christmas, from our house to yours. But I'm not quite finished yet. So here we go again. I need to take some release paper off. So there's one bit. And there's the other bit. Now, tweezers are really helpful here. You know, they help you line everything up. So let's have a look here. 'Tis the Season. Now, I think that's centered. I think it's centered and I think it's straight. So let me have a look. Straight enough. Hang on. Sorry, I had to have a drink, guys. 'Tis the Season. Merry Christmas. No, is it merry or happy? Happy Christmas. I beg your pardon. Okay. There we go. Got some tweezers. These reverse tweezers are really handy because, look, I don't have to squeeze them to keep them shut. And I can just wriggle these around till I'm happy with where they are. And they hold on to them very, very securely until I'm ready to pop those down. And all I have to do is squeeze them to release them. And then finally, this one here. Now, I'm going to use a product. I'm sure every crafter has some of this stuff. And look, if you've got it in your stash, use it because, yeah, you paid money for it. And this particular thing is going to go in beautifully with this card. So I'm right, 'tis the season, happy Christmas from our house to yours. Isn't that lovely? Doesn't that look nice? And we've got the gold. And we've got this gorgeous, I've got another card for you, but I just want to pop stickles, gold stickles. I think these were the first things I ever bought. So I'm just going to have a practice go just to make sure that they are not blocked up or anything. Oh, crikey. It's not blocked. I'm going to put that there for a minute. Now, what I thought I'd do is just highlight some little dots, and I'm just squeezing that a little bit and lifting it up so I can control the size of the dots that I'm squeezing out. I can make a couple of big ones, and I just thought I'd do some here, there, and everywhere just to add some of this gorgeous gold glitter sparkle. Now, it's still wet, okay? So, yeah, don't judge a book by its cover quite yet. Let's just see what it looks like first. I think I'll just pop another one there. We might pop one there. Let's see what else we can do. One there. One there. And I think one down there. And we might pop one over here. Might actually pop two. Pop two. Now, of course, you can put other things on here. You can put, you know, anything you like. So we might pop this one up here. Now, I'm going to hold that up. I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to have a look at it myself. And I'd love to hear what you think. Because, I mean, looking at it in real life is totally different to seeing what you guys can see. So the stickles, I don't know if you can see those, but they're almost the same as this gold glimmer paper. So we've got this quirky little card that opens like this. It will stand. It'll stand beautifully on its own. If it's standing, this is what you'll see from the front when it's standing open. We've got a gorgeous message in there, and we've tidied up the ugly inside by just adding those on there. So what do you think about that? Now I'm going to show you the first one that I made. I had no idea what I was doing. This is, again, the beautiful Peaceful Gardens. This is the glimmer paper in the soft green, I think it's called. Of course, we've got the beautiful doves and the sprigs and these little stars. And it's exactly the same. I just did put some little embellishments on the inside if you wanted to dress them up. So have a look at that. That's what it looks like opened. That's what it looks like closed. I did put these off center just to make a variation. So that one's off center. These ones are all lined up. These are in gold and the Secret Sea. This is Night of Navy and the soft green glimmer paper. Guys, let me know what you think. If you'd like a copy of the matte templates, email me at tilly2145@gmail.com. They're free. There's no strings attached. All the details and all the measurements will be in the details below. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and share this if you want. If you know somebody that is looking for some Christmas cards. They could be just rectangles. They don't have to be die cuts. I love these ephemera gold foil messages. They have made life so easy, especially since I found out that they're self-adhesive. I took my cue from that, and I put adhesive tape or paper on the back of all these things, and that was so easy to put together. So I'll give you another look at that. Those stickers are not quite dry yet. You could put some stickers on the inside. So there's that gorgeous one, and this gorgeous one. So this is kind of silvery. The other one is gold. Jill Lancet. If you'd like to look at any of these products, my Australian store is jilllancet.stampinup.net. And as I said, if you'd like a copy of those templates for the mats, email me tilly2145@gmail.com. You can pop a question in the comments or email me direct. You can, of course, let me know what you think of these two gorgeous cards. I think that they would stand out from a mile away, especially when the light hits them. They are absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, that's another card made for Christmas. As I said, these do not have to be Christmas cards. They don't have to have all the glitter and the glitz on them. You can do whatever you like. Thank you for sharing some time with me again tonight. Thank you for being so kind as to pop a comment in or give me a like. And guys, please stay safe. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. Everybody wants to be with their family or friends or both at Christmas, so stay safe, stay kind. See you soon. Hooray. Bye for now.